Hi kids, it's Pastor Emmy at KingsWord London here with Bible stories for you. I'm sure you've been having a great time. I have been having a great time, so I want to believe everyone watching has been having a great time. We're going to continue with our Bible stories and we're reading about Moses, and today's story is Moses the leader. All right? This is based on Exodus chapter 2 to chapter 12. When he was a young man, Moses ran away from Egypt. Moses had killed an Egyptian who was hurting a Hebrew slave, and Moses was afraid of what Pharaoh might do to him. One day, Moses was out in the field watching sheep when he noticed a bush on fire. But even though it burned and burned, it did not burn up. When Moses moved closer to investigate this strange sight, he heard a voice coming from inside the bush. Moses, Moses. God was calling to him from the burning bush. Don't come any closer. Take off your shoes. You are standing on holy ground. Then God gave Moses an important job. I want you to lead my people out of slavery in Egypt. Moses hid his face. Oh no, not me. I don't know how to do that job, Moses thought. Out loud he said, why would Pharaoh listen to me? God spoke to Moses. What's that in your hand? My shepherd's staff, Moses answered. God told him to throw it down on the ground. When Moses did, it became a snake. Ooh. God told him to pick it up, and when it did, it became a staff again. I'll help you do miracles so the people will know I am with you, God said. But Moses was still nervous because he couldn't speak well. So God agreed to let his brother Aaron go along to be his helper. Moses and Aaron went to Pharaoh of Egypt and announced, God says to let his people go. But Pharaoh said no. So God made all the water in Egypt turn to blood. Moses went back to Pharaoh and again asked him to let the people go. Pharaoh said no again. 10 times Moses asked. 10 times Pharaoh said no, and 10 times God sent a plague to show his great power. The last plague was so bad that Pharaoh told Moses to take the Hebrew people out of Egypt. God told Moses to look at what was in his hand. Moses had what he needed to do the work God had given him to do. God will always give his people the tools we need to do the work he gives us. That's a picture of Pharaoh and Moses and Aaron. Remember, kids, God will always give you the tools you need to do the work he wants you to do. What's our trivia for today? We're going to learn some things about the country Niger in Africa. Over 80% of Niger is located in the Sahara Desert, the third largest desert in the world. Niger is one of the hottest places on earth, so it has the nickname, the frying pan of the world. I'm sure there are a few frying pans in mommy and daddy's kitchen. Go check them out, as they are as large as Niger is. That is our Bible story reading from God's Love for You with Pastor Emmy at KingsWord London. I'm sure you've had a great time today. And remember, if you have a question, tell mommy and daddy to ask Pastor Emmy. Now, this Friday is going to be Good Friday, and that's the day that Jesus died on the cross. Now, as a special event, we're going to be having a special Instagram live session of Bible stories with Pastor Emmy, and I'm going to be joined by Jedediah, my son, and a few other kids and people on Instagram Live, all right, to celebrate the death of Jesus on the cross, to celebrate Easter, Good Friday. So 4 p.m. on Instagram Live at KingsWord London, okay? Make it a date with Pastor Emmy, KingsWord London, and a few other people to celebrate Easter. We're going to do the last 6 hours leading up to Jesus' death on the cross. So join us this Friday. We're sure you're going to be blessed. Bye. Bye.